I welcome you all to have a glance at this beautiful sunflower field, and all you need is watercolor paper, a brush, some washi tape, watercolors, and some more watercolors. And so let's get started. Let's clear our things up. I used two watercolor paints, two different paints. One is domes and one is camel, and it all depends on you. You can use any watercolor, you can use just one, or mix up your stuff with one another. At first I start the borders with the washi tapes because I want clean edges. After I finish making all the edges, let's get started with blue. So I tried to make the sky first. I'm taking the light blue to make my sky light blue. So it is just a small strokes of blue. I am not dipping very much of water and not very less of water. The content of water is minimum though. Making small strokes of blue. Then I move towards making the mountains, and the mountains I take is quite blue, that is the dark blue compared to the sky I took. And here make sure that your sky is completely dried, or else when you make the mountains the colors may bleed. So make sure they are completely dried. I am making a small little strokes, that is light stroke, and taking the excess color out from the sheet. When the first mountains are dried, I took another color, that is again another dark shade of blue, to make the second mountains, and these mountains are kind of nearer than the later, so I used dark tone over here. I'm then taking green for my grounds, that is the field, and I am trying not to mix with the blue because it's still wet. I want them to dry up, so I'm just going through downwards and not touching the mountains. So I took green, two shades of green, to make them more greenery and a bit of landscape of field area. And that's the main motive now, to make field, mixing two greens and yellow. Finally moving towards the sunflowers, I took small circles, rough circles, to make sunflowers because they are far away and not nearer, to make it well defined. So I take a bit larger circles on the front, and moving towards back I take smaller ones, so that they look far away and not nearer to each other. I'm trying to make as much as possible because and making a small little gaps between each of them to make them well defined, and I could make greenery in between the yellows. Next, when I stay for the yellow to dry up for the flowers, the mountains are dried now, and I'm making some small trees around them, around the field. I just took one particular green and not mixing them with anything, just to make the trees look far away. They are really tiny ones. Moving towards the land and around the sunflower, I'm making green because I wanted those leaves, the greenery around the sunflower, just that pops out, and I'm making the white, turning the white into the green. So here there came a problem that the yellow did not dry up and I started using the green. That's the reason some of the area got bleeded up with the yellow and mixed up, but that's fine. We can again add another coat of yellow after the green dries up. Trying to cover up the whole area with green, I took 2 shades of green, light and dark, and mixed them up on the paper itself and did not mix them up individually. So when that got dried up, we are doing another coat of yellow above those to make them well defined. After that, I used brown. With that, our field just came to an end. Let's take out the tapes and see the beauty what we created. It's okay if it doesn't turn out like mine. It could turn out better than mine or not like mine. It is all yours. So keep trying. Best of luck, best wishes. Thank you for watching.